Hello friends, welcome to engineering classes. Today we will learn about another JMeter element, that is timers. Let's see what are timers. Let's first check what is the definition of timers. Timers are the JMeter elements to give delay between each sampler request. So what do you mean by this? Means you want to send two requests, but you want to give some phasing between them, some delay. So for this to give this delay, then the timer is required. Timer is required to give phasing between two requests. So why we give phasing? To give phasing is like in a real time scenario, a user takes some think time. First he has hit some URL, then he will take some time to process the information. So this come under think time. So just to do a replica of real life scenario, replica of real life scenario, we give phasing. So timer is used to give this phasing between the requests. Just note here in JMeter, the unit is milliseconds. So if you want to give 1 seconds, you have to write it down as 1000. Now let's create one test script. Then we will get the idea. Right click on this test plan, add thread group. Name is at group 1. Now right click, add. You can see there is an option as timers. So these are the timers that are available in JMeter. The main ones are constant timer, uniform random timer, and sync timer. All these three have different properties and are used in different cases. We will discuss one by one for all the three. That is constant, uniform, and sync timer. First, let's add one constant timer. As you can see, only two fields are available here. First is name, that is constant timer, and the property available is thread delay, how much delay you want to give for each request. As the name suggests, in constant timer, we will give constant delay between two requests. So let's make it for now as 5000 milliseconds, that is 5 seconds. Add one sampler request, HTTP request, and add one listener. View result. So sampler. In this sampler, giving one demo UI, remove this HTTP part and cut this slash and paste in path. Now let's go to this view result tree. And let's make it this group as infinite. Then we will get a better idea. And click on this play button. As you can see now, each request will take 5 seconds. So this way we can give a constant delay between different requests. So two are already done. Let's check now. First is at 38 seconds. Third one at 43, 49, 54. So you can see it is a delay of around 5 seconds plus the time it will take to hit the request. So it will be something like 5 plus 1, 59, 5 seconds. So this way we can use a constant timer. Now we will switch to the second one. Let's first stop it because we have pushed the infinite. Clear it. Right click, add, go to timer. Second one is uniform random timer. First, let's get idea about what is uniform random time. The phasing will depend upon some formulas. Let's check the formula. This is 0.x, where x will go from 0 to 9. That is, this is done by the compiler itself. We will not give anything. It will be like 0, 1, 2, 3 sequentially, multiply by random delay maximum. Random delay maximum is the maximum limit that we can provide here. Like in this field, we will go and we will provide some timing that will be the random delay maximum and some constant values going with the name as constant delay offset. So if you give 100 100 milliseconds. So it will be like 0.x multiplied by 100 plus 0. Now this x will switch from 0 to 9. So the phasing for different requests will be between these. That is from 0 milliseconds to 99 milliseconds. So phasing will differ in the same way. Let's try this one. Okay, disable it from random timer. Gives a maximum of say 10 seconds. Give a 5 seconds. It is infinite only. Quest is there. Start the test. Now what we will see is the formula will be like 0.x multiply by 5000. See, 51, then 55, 3 second delay, then only 2 second delay, again 2, now 1. So this way we are getting some random phasing. So that we can do this with the help of the uniform random timer. Okay, let's stop it. Now we have seen about both the timers, that is constant timer that will give some constant phasing, and the second one is the uniform random timer that will give a phasing range from 0 to that to a value that is calculated through the formula. Now let's check the third one. That is sync timer. It is a little bit complicated. Go to timer and sync timer. Here you can see we are getting two feeds. Sync timer gives delay as per number of the grouped users. So here the phasing or delay is as per number of the grouped users. We will come to this grouped users first. Let's get idea. Why we use sync timer? We will use sync timer when the test is conducted under peak load. When we want to push the peak loads, for multiple users has to send the request simultaneously. Especially for this one, we use the sync timer. What do you mean by simultaneously request? Means say we have two threads in a thread group. If once reach the sync timer, it will wait for the second ones to also reach. Now both will get executed simultaneously. Say for example, there is one thread group that take 1.2 seconds, and the second thread group takes 2 seconds. Okay. Now, if we have assigned both these threads to a sync timer, it will take 1.2 seconds to reach the sync timer. Then it will wait for another extra 0.8 seconds. By that time, the second request will also reach the sync timer. Now both will be sent together. Okay. So for this only we use the sync timer. Means you want to send all the requests together, then we can use the sync timer. Now coming to this, what do you mean by this grouped users? And say now here we have two fields, that is number of stimulator users to group by and timeout in milliseconds. So timeout in milliseconds means it indicates that all the grouped users have to send the request within this mentioned time. Means all the grouped users, this is the maximum time that a request will wait. If I say 5,000 milliseconds, that means if I have assigned 10 requests to this sync timer, the maximum time the sync timer will wait is 5 seconds. If there are some requests that hasn't reached even after 5 seconds, it will not wait. It will just push the whatever request that has reached the timer. Number of grouped by is how many groups we want. Say for example, we are sending 10 threads. If I write here 2, if I write here 2, that means we will get two groups of 5 each. Let me repeat it. Here we are giving the number of groups that we want. If we are pushing 10 messages and I have write it down here as 2, then it will send two groups of 5 each. First, thread should be completely divisible by group by. As I have taken the case of like 10, I have clearly mentioned like 10 and I have given my group by as 2, then it will be 5 each. Say case 1 where it is completely divisible by same case. We are pushing 9 threads and we have given group by as 3. Then we will get 3 bulk releases of 333. Means we will get 3 bulk releases, each having 3 requests. Okay. Case 2 where we have a thread group as 5, and by mistake I have given, like whether it is some odd number or I have by mistake given some group by as 3. Now what we will get is we will get only one release of 3. Okay. One release will be of 3, and for 2 others it will wait forever. It will not give any request. Hope we are clear on this case too. See, thread group 5, but we have given a divisible like a denominator. It is something like this. Let me write down thread divided by group by. If you have given 5 by 3, it will give a one bulk release of 3 having 3 requests, one bulk having 3 requests. And for the others two, it will wait forever. It will not run. The second case is the numerator is less than denominator. Means we have only 3 requests, but we have grouped it by 4. So we will not get any release. Test will hang forever. These are the few test cases that we might get in our sync timer. Now let's create one request for a sync timer. Now let's create one script using sync timer. Right click on this grouped timer, sync timer, drag it to the top. Say we are giving a grouped by of 3, taking case 1. Here I am taking case 1 grouped by 3 and thread says 9. So we should get 3 bulk releases, each having 3 requests. First bulk, second, and third. Grouped by 3, say timeout as 5000 milliseconds. Number of threads as 9. Then give loop count as 1. Number of stimulator, request is fine. Clear it. Click on play. As you can see, we have got 9. 3 bulk is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So now we have got the idea of all the 3 timers. That is constant timer, fixed phasing, uniform random timer, random phasing between some fixed range, and sync timer. Sync timer we are using to push all the requests simultaneously or in bulks. These bulks we can give through group by. Only this much for timers. Thank you.